All right, time to take a look at what is making a buzz online. For today's Media Watch, I am joined in the studio by Haxie Myers-Belkin. Good to see you, Haxie. Now, you are looking at online reaction to the Oscars, which for us in Europe happens very, very late at night. But there has been a lot of buzz, as always. 3 years ago, I can't believe it was 3 years already, I think Will Smith boycotted the Oscars, didn't he, among others, because the hashtag that was trending was Oscars so white. There were not enough black actors and people of colour at the ceremony.
Absolutely, and it seems that things have very much changed now for this piece in Slate. Judging by this year's winners, the most prestigious awards ceremony in Hollywood has now learnt its lesson. 3 out of the 4 top acting awards were won by non-white actors, while 2 women became just the 2nd and 3rd black women to win non-acting Oscars for their roles in Black Panther. And unsurprisingly, Twitter was very quick to show its appreciation. Is this a historic night for the Oscars? I don't remember ever watching this much diversity in previous years. Man, shout out to hashtag Oscars so white. But the night certainly wasn't without its race relations controversy. Green Book won the biggest prize of the night for Best Film. It's essentially about an African-American classical pianist being driven around the American South in the 1960s by an Italian-American chauffeur. Many have criticised it for being racially tone-deaf. And when it was announced as winner of Best Picture, director Spike Lee got out of his chair and stormed to the back of the theatre in an apparent attempt to leave.
But he got his own gong, didn't he?
He did. He got a gong for Best Adapted Screenplay, but
he wanted that one, though, I think.
He may have wanted that one,
but he just missed out on it to Driving Miss Daisy, wasn't it?
Well, exactly, yeah, back in, I think it was 1990. But he described the decision to award Best Picture to Green Book. He called that wrong. In fact, he said the ref called it wrong. And this piece in The New Yorker agrees with him, calling Green Book a repellently obtuse film of a white saviour whose triumphant overcoming of his own racism leads its actual main character, a black musician, his cultural authenticity. For The New Yorker, Hollywood is very happy to embrace the diversity of the industry, but not so happy to try to change its dated ethos. And there's a piece in The Guardian that really echoes that. It was all going so well, and then Green Book took Best Picture for film critic Catherine Shord. The film's bias is fundamental, and it feels like a period piece in its psychology as well as its vintage cars. And it must be said that Twitter, a lot of Twitter users did agree. Many delighted in pointing out that moments after Green Book won Best Film, someone took to its Wikipedia page to have a little play around with some of the text there. I'm not sure you can see it, but just above that image there, you can see that the film's title has been supplanted with the words "lying white guilt trash."
Oh dear, somebody didn't like that one winning at all, did they?
I know, right. So Spike Lee has, as you might imagine, been receiving quite a bit of praise for his reaction to Green Book winning. This Twitter user saying, "In a world of Green Book winning Best Picture, be Spike Lee."
He got up to leave, apparently, didn't he?
He did. That was moments before he got up to leave, I think, that picture. But not everyone was with Spike Lee on this one. Disappointed in Spike Lee and his reaction, other movies are deserving too, and this is bad sportsmanship on his part. It's a bad look after a great night for minorities. Now, another man who took exception to what Spike Lee had to say at the Oscars...
He's never very popular at the Oscars ceremonies, is he, Donald Trump?
US President Donald Trump, exactly. And in his acceptance speech, the director of BlacKkKlansman, Spike Lee, referenced the 2020 US elections, urging voters to make the moral choice between love and hate. Now, Trump took to Twitter to describe the speech as a racist hit against him, a president who, in his own words, has done more for African Americans in terms of criminal justice reform and unemployment numbers than almost any other president. Now, of course, as you said, a very typical Trumpian outburst. And this piece by Vice News offered quite a nice reply, reminding Trump that, yes, unemployment rates for African Americans have dropped to record lows, but that those jobs are primarily concentrated among low-paying jobs, and that spike in employment levels actually began under Obama, his predecessor.
Meanwhile, another story linked to racism, this is in Australia.
Absolutely. So back in September, you might remember, an Australian newspaper published this cartoon of tennis star Serena Williams following an on-court outburst. Critics decried what they said was the use of racist and sexist stereotypes in that image, but the Australian media watchdog has just decided that the image did not breach its standards. One Twitter user's response: get higher standards. Another pointing out that double standards are all too often at play in the media's response to strong female characters, strong female athletes. The press never did that to John McEnroe. He threw horrible temper tantrums, but he was considered outspoken and strong. Serena Williams does the same, and she's considered a spoilt brat. Make of that what you will.
I remember people taking off John McEnroe all the time in the 80s.
Yeah, but he was indulged to a certain extent. Now, very interestingly, this decision by the Australian Media Standards Body came on the very same day that sports giant Nike launched a new ad campaign in conjunction with Serena Williams. Let's take a look at a short extract.
We stand for something, we're unhinged.
It's super, it's going to need to calm down.
When we're too good, there's something wrong with us. And if we get angry, we're hysterical, irrational, or just being crazy.
Now, it's amazing, it almost seems like a direct riposte to that decision about the cartoon. Although one Twitter user did rather amusingly ask why exactly Nike had chosen to omit footage of the specific incident that was satirised in that controversial cartoon. But by and large, the response to this new Nike ad with Serena Williams has been extremely positive. This mother on Twitter tweeting, "They call my daughter crazy because she plays baseball and not softball. Then they whine when she strikes their sons out. I can't wait to show her this."
Yeah, women can smash tennis rackets too. Don't anyone tell us otherwise. All right, Haxie, thank you very much. Haxie Myers-Belkin there.